And we are live, my friend.
All right.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your boy bdubb live in your face with extra brace. I got my boy beat up for the Bears fan. You know what I'm saying? We're about to talk football once again. How you doing today, though, man?
I'm doing quite well, especially after this weekend, the draft we put through.
Before we even get started, we got to troll a little bit of people. But hold on, let me make sure I'm good on my other end too. Don't even do it yet, though. Again, how you doing today,
Uh,
though, man? Ooh,
oh,
how you turn the music off on that? There we go. There you go. Let me see. Make sure I get into the chats. Boom. Yo, yo. Make sure. Okay, we in there. Yeah. So, hey, he ain't here yet though. We're gonna have to probably wait. You know what I'm saying? Wait till he gets here. We're gonna. You already know who I'm talking about. But hey,
too.
before we even get to it, Joe, man, I'd like y'all to give me a like, a subscribe, and a share. And hit that ring notification so you know when I'm going live, I'm getting a live in your face. You're getting a live in your face with extra bass. So, but I had to bring my guy back, man, Brian. Beat up for the Bears, man, and we're gonna talk football on our draft. And I feel that he had the right to get on the show, especially because I haven't had him on in a long time, and he had the number one pick in the draft. So that being said, can I see your shirt, man? Show everybody your shirt. That is so funny. Packers can suck my dicka and kiss my buckets.
Yeah, I
That's
got.
funny, man.
Remember the Dare program, right? Back in like elementary school to
Right.
keep drugs.
Yeah.
My wife got me another shirt that says "Bears to keep kids off cheese."
You're gonna have to bring that one up. Uh oh, I'm hearing right now. What up, Mr. Mac? Hey, we had to show him the shirt. Hey, show him the shirt one more again. Packers can suck my dicka and kiss my buckets. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, he had to let you know. But anyways, man. So how you feeling about the draft, though, man? With the number one pick, and you had two first round picks in it, right?
Yeah,
First, for
like Sauce had, he tweeted something like he's saying how, he's the Bears have two top 10 picks to add to the talent they already have. Like,
really?
they went out this offseason, got DeAndre Swift from the Eagles, Keenan
Yep,
Allen, DJ
yep.
Moore,
I forgot about Keenan Allen.
whoever's going to be one or two there. They got,
Mm-hmm.
they let go of Eddie Jackson, whatever, let him go, but got Kevin Byard from the Eagles.
Right,
Um, they got some more depth. They got another starting center from the Bills. They got some more depth to their offense. Um, yeah, and then everybody knew they were taking CW, right? You have to. I mean, if you take him and it's a bust, you might still have your job. If you
right.
don't take him, you're done.
I
If
get
you
it.
the potential he has, if you don't take him, you're losing your job. With all the talk about how generational talent he is. I mean, we'll see. Um, personally, I liked Fields, but all the third downs that he dug the Bears out of, 3rd and 8, and he runs for 20 yards. I mean, the Falcons game. I don't know if you remember that. He broke like 3-4 tackles, sure sacks, and
Right,
ran. He did that all the time, but his problem is throwing accurately, and especially like a deep ball, underthrow, overthrow, and as a quarterback, it's kind of frowned upon if you cannot throw accurately. So
right.
they're Taylor Williams accurate, and he's got a deep ball, and so I mean, but to see Fields go for a 6th round pick, kind of that kind of stings. But conditional 4th round, but he's got to play 51% of the snaps, and I mean, he's not gonna because he's backing up Russell Wilson. It's not out of the realm of possibility because for the Steelers, Russell Wilson is only a $1.2 million quarterback,
You're
not
right.
a $28 million quarterback. So, I mean, you're not going to sit somebody on the bench that costs $30 million. Now, if they cost $1.2 million, sure, you're not losing a lot to put them on the bench. They're both on 1 year deals. So, I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility, but it's not probable. So, 6th round pick for Justin Fields, what he was. But yeah, and then, the talk was, I mean, Caleb Williams is for sure number one. What are they going to do with the 9? Whether they take, the edge rusher or trade up, trade down, do whatever they do. Luckily for the Bears, the Falcons, I don't know what that was about. Just that blew my mind when I saw that. I was like, man, they're gonna they're
Penix,
gonna they're gonna pick up the because what Neighbors went to the Giants, right?
man, yeah, I like him too. I got to
Yeah,
deal with him for 2 times a year.
and Marvin Harrison went to the
Cardinals, but that was mock draft from the beginning,
oh
so I'm
for
not
sure, like
surprised with that.
going to be the first wide receiver off the board. If there's a chance he has the talent his dad has, you have to.
Because he look at
If
and then he's bigger and faster.
Yeah, but I mean, with those two gone, I thought Falcons they're going to draft Rome Odunze, and then
Right.
they is everybody by selecting Michael Penix after they just signed Cousins
Okay, I stop it
for
there. Okay, I stop with that one. Michael Penix. So what do you honestly think about that pick, though? I remember going
I guess
off topic with the Bears, but like that, everybody. That's actually the most in the first 10 round, or the first 10 picks. That had to be the most surprising pick. Don't you agree?
so. I mean, yeah, but I would say as a player, no, but for that team, yes.
Okay.
You know, sure, Michael Penix he did great. Was he a top 10 pick? Potentially.
Mm-hmm.
Should he have Falcons? Absolutely not. You're going to use the overall pick after you just signed Kirk Cousins for 4 years, 120, 130. And from what I heard, like from what I read, they didn't even tell Kirk Cousins. They didn't even tell him they were drafting the quarterback, so he's not happy about it. And then there's a
But
video, allegedly, the GM explaining to the owner, like, what are you doing? Why did you do that? And so I mean, the season hasn't even started, and I feel like he's already on the burner. Like,
hey,
what are you
but
going to do for 4 years?
if you think about it though, Kirk Cousins is the ultimate finesser, man. Like he's been getting paid. How many contracts has he had?
I Comparable to Sam Bradford, huh?
But I was well, Sam Bradford actually kind of and I mean Kirk Cousins he hasn't been bad, man. He just couldn't get over that hump, to get to that next level, right? Like he seems like he.
Kirk Cousins is the equivalent of the Dallas Cowboys. Kill it in the regular season. Kills it in the regular season.
Hold on,
Playoff.
say that again. Hold on, I had to give the audience a clap. One more, hold on, real quick. What he just said, ladies and gentlemen. What he just said, ladies and gentlemen. Now say it. What'd you say again? Say
Uh,
that.
so Kirk Cousins, to me, is the equivalent of the entire Dallas Cowboys. Slaying it in the regular season. Playoffs come, it's over. It's
Wow,
over.
simple.
Yeah. In the regular season, and then come playoffs. I mean, who was that? With that Minneapolis Miracle bullshit. That
Oh, the one. Hold on, when they played the Eagles the next game,
when
that
at the
one.
Saints. Yeah.
Yes, Stephon Diggs. The dude just kind of just at his legs, and he just whoop.
Head down, whiffed. That game, they should have lost that game. Period. That's their only. I mean,
And we saw what
and
happened
that
the next week.
whatever. I don't know, man. Just
We mollywopped a 28-6. Murdered
yeah,
them.
it showed they didn't belong there. They won that game off of sheer luck, and yeah, they didn't belong there.
Man, I would have Mr.
Uh,
Mack in the building, man. He ain't even. Hold on, real quick. Whatever. I'm trying to figure out that YouTube. Finally got it on the. Finally got the chat on there. I can see it. But anyway, back to the Chicago Bears. Um, so you got your first 2 picks. You feel real good about that. Hey,
yeah, I mean the Falcons, and I feel like should have taken Roma Dooms, but they threw a curveball and went for Michael Penix, which the Bears were very next pick, and they picked up Rome Odunze. So now their receiving core, not to mention DeAndre Swift, Cole Kmet, he's a good blocker. He's a great pass catcher.
More.
Now they have DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, and Rome Odunze. In my best trio, they're all wide receiver one capable.
So who's your offensive coordinator now? Have you moved away? Are you guys the same offensive coordinator, or what's going on with that?
What did I want to say? I think they still have the same offensive coordinator. Well, it's head coach was calling the plays, and then like last Eberflus, but last year he gave away his play calling, I think, at some point. But I mean, if they're so predictable. First down, run the ball. Second down, run the ball. Now they're 3rd and 7, 3rd and 6, and then guess what? They're going to throw it, and it's generally a screen pass or some bullcrap underneath route. And if they want to play aggressive and win, they have to make aggressive play calls.
Right
now, with that talent they have at wide receiver, I had better see some big play capability. That's watching other teams, watching Tyreek Hill smoke people, watching, Rashee Rice smoke people off the line, or too soon. So, when he's racing down the field or freeway, whatever. But I'm watching people just,
hold up
40
on that one. The fifth. We're going. I have to play the fifth on that.
Big plays, 40, 50 yards down the field. And again, Fields opportunity to do that, but overthrew or underthrew. But with those three, like especially Odunze, how many times did he go deep in last year with Michael Penix? If Caleb can put that ball on him, I want to see some 50, 60-yard touchdown passes, not Justin Fields running for 60-yard touchdowns.
Absolutely. I believe, but I mean, shoot, with the weapons you guys got, man, and I think really DeAndre Swift's going to make a lot. Is going to help, man. What about your offensive line?
So, like I said, so they not beefed up, but they got some depth to the offensive line. Got a center from Buffalo. Their offensive line started clicking at the end of the year. Their offensive line started clicking. Their defense started clicking. But too little, too late, right?
Right.
And if they could just beat the fucking Packers, Jesus, dude, 5 years in a row, they're game streak against 10 games. Yeah. I'm like, man,
we had this talk the other day. All right,
beat Green Bay. He's already got half the haters on his side.
So, do you think you'll get one on him this year? Just at least one?
I hate like getting so hyped up and like, oh, they're. Yeah, of course I do. I mean, I'm biased. Of course I do.
That's what you're supposed to say.
Of course, right? I have to believe that they're going to beat Green Bay at least once. But and then watching what Jordan Love did to the Cowboys, holy cow, put it on them. Watch with a bunch of nobody young receivers, and what I mean, now they lost Aaron Jones. They picked up who they pick up? They got a running back,
Jacobs from the Raiders.
The Raiders, and I was like, at first I was like, oh, that's a hell of a 1-2, and then they let Aaron Jones go to a division rival.
That was weird.
Yeah. Aaron Jones and Josh Jacobs would have been a dumb 1-2. Like watching Aaron Jones at the end of the year last year, I was like, I'm gonna draft him in fantasy. Like he's killing it. And then
he's always injured though, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of pays probably one of the reasons why.
Was it his first game back last year? I think it was against the Bears, and put it on him. Like way to make a comeback against the Bears, but whatever. But
Man, but I think honestly though too, man, because here's what it is though. You know, the NFL, every year is different, bro. So like, it's
yeah,
because you played a certain way last year. Shoot, the next year, there's always. I think every year there's always two teams that nobody thinks that's gonna be good. That just makes a push. You know what I mean? Like that. Like 2 years ago, Detroit
oh
or
yeah,
the couple teams.
Texas.
You know, even the Eagles. Nobody thinks the Eagles will go to the Super Bowl that year with Jalen Hurts. You know what I'm saying? With the year we lost against the Chiefs, like there's always a team that nobody's really going to see, and you know it depends if everything work out. I think y'all could be at least can start building on something. That's what it's all about, right? Starting with something to build on.
And that's I in another one of those experts talking about it. I mean, I agree. I like a lot of the stuff. Obviously, I'll listen to it and find my own opinion on it. Whatever. I'm like, no, that's bullshit, and that's whatever. But one guy was talking about I told you before, the Bears are the only team in the NFL to never have a 4,000-yard passer ever. Like this guy's saying, he's like Caleb Williams could do that in his first 2 years. And he says, I would put money on it. By the end of Caleb Williams' rookie contract, the Bears will be in the Super Bowl. And if they can keep what they have together right now, as far as if there's no trades and salary cap, whatever, if this team can grow together, they can go together. You know what I mean? If
But at least with you, like at least it's good to kind of be exciting. At least have weapons now, right? Like
yeah,
that's one thing that's exciting when you get some weapons.
that's never been a thing for the Bears. I've never been excited for the Bears offense.
Yeah, I hear.
Always been. I've never been the Bears offense take the field ever.
Even with Brandon Marshall and Matt Forte and
I mean, I mean, they could make plays. What did they do with that team?
right, that's true.
Nothing. They didn't do anything. I mean, you got
So
a good plays or whatever, but as far as and then that got to be like to where they started losing, and Jay Cutler and Brandon Marshall started butting heads, and Brandon Marshall had that borderline personality disorder, and that didn't help nobody, and then that just kind of tore the locker room apart. And so they were, as they were meshing, they were breaking. So no, I mean, again, I was never excited to watch the Bears offense take the field. There's always the defense or Devin Hester. But that was our biggest chance of scoring was the defense or Hester. But once the offense gets out there, it's like, shit, here we go.
that's crazy. Devin Hester. Let's say okay. So in the first round you had two picks. So what did you remember? What about your second, third, or fifth, or like any other key pieces that you picked up on that you think is going to be? Are you kind of excited to see from rookies standpoint?
Well, yeah, they went for a punter in the fourth round,
Oh
which
yeah.
I thought
Tell
was
them though. Tell them that fact. You told me.
yeah. His so the punter from Iowa, apparently the best punter in the draft. I hope so, since he went in the fourth round. He had more punting yards last year than Iowa's offense had. That's and you know
That's
what? And what a great spot for him to go, Chicago, because they are a bunch of punting motherfuckers. Hopefully not with the offense. I mean, to hopefully the punter, everybody has their part, right? Pin them deep,
right.
go to
Right.
work. If they're always out there with a short field, they're going to get tired and they're going to get smoked and they're going to get ran over and it's over. And if
Okay.
you're defense, it's over. Uh,
Okay.
so they did get an edge rusher. They got another linebacker, edge or defensive end, whatever, one of those pass rush linebackers. They did get another lineman from Yale, big boy, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I watched the first. Well, I watched the first round for sure, and then seeing little bits and pieces here and there, and then obviously on Facebook. But I mean, honestly, those are the guys that they got picked out late for a reason. Like nobody sees them coming up, but then they make impacts.
Right.
They make some of them make the biggest impacts. Case in point, not that anybody in this draft or anybody ever again will ever shake a stick at it, but Tom Brady went in the 6th round. You know,
Fair enough. Richard Sherman, late rounder.
yeah,
Cam
was
Chancellor,
it?
late round. What's that?
Didn't Russell Wilson go pretty late?
Yep. Yep.
And who was Mr. Irrelevant 2 years ago?
Brock
There you,
Purdy.
there you go. And look at him. Granted, okay,
No, he's good.
yeah. Compare that. Like, you know what? If Caleb Williams is a system quarterback or something, cool, because they're built, they're set up right. I mean, not the same, right? They don't have George Kittle, they don't have Christian McCaffrey, they don't have a player like Debo, but they got stars too. And if Caleb Williams can just come in there and maintain, let his offense do something, there's hope. There is a light somewhere in there.
That's what's up,
Um,
man. That's what's up.
so
I mean,
I
so
mean,
all in all, so you have so okay. I say this in the last 3 years. At this point, at this time, how do you feel compared to those other 3 years? Do you think that you realistically have a better shot than the other 3 years? Pretty much, you know what I'm saying?
for, for sure. So when at the end of the year last year, when the Bears got Montez Sweat, which by the way was a much better pickup than
Hey, and that was a yes, that was good. Yes, I forgot you guys hit in the middle of the year last year. Go
yeah,
on.
and when he came in, huge impact,
Yes,
huge.
for sure.
Not not only was he helping the rest of the defensive line, he was making plays on his own. I mean, there was. Are they going to go for Keith Sweat? Are they going to go for Montez Sweat or Chase Young? And I was like, I like Chase Young. He came off the injury though, right? The ACL or
Yeah,
some shit.
but the thing is, with Chase, I would stay away from him if I was you.
But for Sweat, and I was like, all right, we'll see what happens. And dude's a
Yep,
monster.
Sweat's better. Yes.
Dude's a
Well, I had to
monster.
deal with them 2 years, every 2 years, man. No,
Yeah.
he sacks, he gets a sack. He's a man. Him, that defensive line was tough in the Redskins, man. Or, I'm sorry, the Washington Commanders or whatever they're called. So,
Let's the Bears roster right now, like Caleb Williams, DeAndre Swift, DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, Roma Dunze, Cole Kmet, already sounding awesome, right? Um, Holman Shelton is the center that they got. I mean, nobody ever heard of any of the linemen, but their line was coming through last year.
right.
Um, they got Montez Sweat, TJ Edwards, Tremaine Edmonds, Jack Sanborn, he's the dog, he's hungry. Jalen Johnson, who they just re-signed this year, he's killing it. Jaquan Brisker, Kevin Byard, Tyreek Stevenson, who's now in his
Kevin
second year.
Byard. Yeah.
Tyreek Stevenson, he came in last year as a rookie, killing it. Like he was ranked, I want to say, Jalen Johnson was number 2 corner behind Snead for the Chiefs.
Yeah. Oh, he was Sam Snead.
I think Jalen Johnson was ranked number 2 in the league last year as a corner, and
Wow.
so he just got re-signed. And then Tyreek Stevenson, he was a rookie, but he came in and was shutting it down. Yeah, so they haven't made a bunch of huge changes in defense, and their defense was clicking at the end of the year last year. So let that. Obviously, you got to have hope, but it's difficult to do as a Bears fan because it's like, I mean, I've seen this before, but hopefully the play calling is a little
Yeah,
more.
that's a whole nother subject, brother. Trust me, I
Yeah,
know.
yeah, we'll see. You know what? Come week 1, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
You know what? And,
Justin Field, DJ Moore last year in training camp, they straight off the bat, bombs, like just killing it. Come playing other teams. I mean, other than Redskins, they slayed the Redskins. I think DJ Moore had like 4 touchdowns that game. But other than that, like, I mean, yeah, DJ Moore was a stud, but there was no, 50,
right.
60 yard, which there needs to be. The Bears, they just, other teams make it look so easy, and I don't understand why the Bears cannot. I don't get it.
Right.
But what about you, man? What do you think of what's going on with it in Philly?
Man. Okay. So I got my guys down right now. So man, so the first pick though, I thought honestly, so we needed a corner, man. And with everything that was going on last year, the guys we have our corners are old. Like this is gonna be Darius Slay's last year here, and Bradbury, I call him Sadberry, Toastberry, Burntberry. So what I mean. So he got to pretty much go. So we drafted the youngster out of Toledo, the Quinyon Mitchell, and they said that he was the best corner coming out of the draft. And even Nick Saban wanted him to transfer to Alabama during the transfer portal, but he wanted to stay loyal to Toledo because he said that Toledo was the only team that gave him a chance coming out of high school. So I was like, I respect that. And he even and he played against Marvin Harrison Jr. So he had a really. And I watched the tape, and he was battling. I remember he had one touchdown against him that was like a beautiful. Nothing you can do. Both of them great defense, better catch, sideline, in what I'm saying, end zone type of deal. So
those are the
I'm kind of happy with him. What's
worst
that?
kind of those are the worst kind of touchdowns. Like, what do you want me to do? I was all over him, and he made a play. He made a fantastic. Can't be mad at that.
And he
You
like
did
pretty
your
much
job.
boxed him out sideline. The sideline catches. Like he tried to go inside, was right with him. Was sideline, he was right with him, and then his sideline, and it was perfect. And it was 1 foot in. The NFL that would have counted, but it was college, so you know.
Yeah.
But it was great. Other than that, he never allowed a touchdown since that. He's sticky on coverage. He hits, so I'm happy with him. And then the steal I think we got was the Cooper DeJean in the second round because I think he was first round talent.
The
You
white
know,
boy.
what do you think about the Great White Hype?
He's the corner, first white corner since Jason Sehorn. Was that?
Way more athletic though than Jason C. Horner. Way
Well,
more athletic.
yeah, sure. I'm not. I'm not. Let him cook, bro. If he's about it, he's about it. I don't care if you're black, white, purple. If you're hungry, eat.
Hey, we gotta kill that narrative because guys is eating. Christian McCaffrey is one of the best running backs in the NFL. He's white, so
Yeah.
that narrative's kind of getting a little thing now because it's all about athletes one more than the next, right? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
athlete has no color in athletes, man. It's all about who wants to be the best and who has the biggest heart and who's the most who wants it more. That's what it's really about. That's football. That's sports in general. You know.
I seen somebody comment on one of the things. He's our Jackie Robinson.
But hey, I'm not mad at you though for that though. That's hilarious. Hilarious. Hey, no, but
Every
I think he's going to be. But he can. Have you seen his basketball highlights? High school or college or no high school? Dumb dunks. He's dunking on. He's coming down, flying. He's like athletic. He's a freak in nature athletically. Seriously, like that's why he can play corner, nickel, safety. Like he can do it all. So I believe in him,
how
man.
eyes like.
You said what
Any
now?
idea how big is he? Any idea?
Oh, good question. I'm gonna Google that. I have to. I am very Cooper DeJean. And what about Cooper Cup too?
Yeah,
So he's let's see here stats. Let's see his overview.
it's 6'1",
He's
203.
6'6". Yep, 6'1", 207.
Oh,
So
he's white. He's from South Dakota.
I've been in Iowa his whole life. Iowa's been his whole. No, he's from
He's born
Iowa.
in Dakota, but I mean, if
Uh,
he's raising, but
yeah,
he's white.
he probably be beating up Bass, fighting. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
No, but he's. I think he's gonna be legit. But I think the next pick we did was maybe a little reach. I don't know nothing about this guy. His name is Jalix Hunt, and he's out of Houston Christian. And we traded up for him too. And like I didn't understand that because we could have got the Edrian Cooper kid from Texas A&M that went to he's an off ball linebacker. He went to the Packers. He was the best linebacker in the college. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? For Texas A&M. But I don't know why and then we went for a defensive end, so that was interesting. And then we got another white dude, running back, Will Chipley out of Clemson.
Hmm.
Have you heard of him? Have you seen him? And he is fundamentally sound too. He reminds me of a smaller version of Christian McCaffrey, less explosive, of course. But you know what I'm saying? Reminds me it's fundamentals of Christian McCaffrey. That's what it reminds me of. Like when Christian McCaffrey was at Stanford, he wasn't as strong as he is now. Remember, he was as quick and
they get to the pros, they got that it's a whole nother level of eating and conditioning and supplements and training and medical. It's a whole nother level to
Whole
take care of,
yes, yes. I even from high school to college, right?
for sure. Like you go in there, like all this food is free. Like Christian McCaffrey is still getting better.
Yeah.
I,
Yes, I always said though. Even I remember watching him Stanford. I'm like, when he came into Carolina, I'm like, this is the most fundamentally sound running back that I've seen almost ever. Like he's just bred for football. Like his dad was playing. He was a little kid. You know what I'm saying, laying on the grass, probably eating it. You know what I mean, you can just tell like his fundamentals, man. People don't understand and respect the fundamentals of everything. Like even when you lift weights, right? If you don't have your fundamentals down, what will happen? It's like
you
you
can get
don't you
hurt.
get
Get hurt. You don't do if you don't do what you're supposed to be doing. You don't take care of yourself. I mean, pre, post.
How much
You're
was that you're doing anyway, by the way?
500. Yeah,
And,
my 495 today. I finally deadlifted 500 pounds.
and he did that to 500 pounds, ladies and gentlemen. I saw that today. I was like, damn. Like me, I would have boo booed on myself. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, man.
Uh,
So like I said, but at the end of the day, though, you have to be your technique is on point, and that's how you get it,
yeah, I mean,
But
obviously, you don't go from doing nothing to I'm gonna see what I can do today, but work up to build, 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 whatever. And um, did you see Chris got drafted too?
you said what now?
Christian McCaffrey's little brother got drafted. I didn't know there was a third one.
What?
Yeah,
Where'd he go?
let's have a look. I didn't see McCaffrey draft. Proudly celebrates Luke getting selected. Anders, wide receiver, with 100th. Luke McCaffrey from
California somewhere, right? Right.
yeah, Nebraska before joining the Owls. First team. What? Yeah,
Nebraska? Dang.
most dominant receiver in the AAC last year. Although his time at Rice was short, he made his mark on the program. As a former quarterback, wasn't Christian McCaffrey a quarterback too?
I didn't know that. Yes, yes, I heard. That's right, because when he got hurt, when Brock Purdy got hurt against the Eagles, they put him in
Yeah. That's right. He was their third
third
string or something
string.
like that.
Yeah, so that makes sense. He did play quarterback. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, overall, the one player that I'm happy that we did get that we drafted, Jeremiah Trotter Jr. I don't know if you remember his senior. They played for the Eagles back in the day. And
It sounds familiar.
yeah, he played with the Eagles back in the Brian Dawkins era. His son, we drafted him, Jeremiah Jr.
There's so many kids. Like you're my age, right? You're 40 something.
42.
But yeah, you're my age. Like all the players we grew up watching, they're
Mm-hmm.
kids now. Dion's Deion Sanders, uh,
Yeah.
Jerry
McCaffrey.
McCaffrey. I mean, Joey Porter. And Frank Gore's kid actually went undrafted, but he got picked up. He ended up getting picked up by somebody I just saw today.
Okay.
Um, he went undrafted. Yeah, Terrell Owens' kid. I mean,
Yep.
it's
That's right.
crazy
That's crazy.
seeing the
That
kids
is
of the
crazy
guys
though.
that we grew up watching, and now their kids are playing. It's like it's crazy. Like, and to wonder, like, so compare, their kids and like, hey, are they gonna be the workhorses? Are they gonna be the studs that their dads was? Compare that to LeBron James. His kid
Yeah.
is Bronny is like 4.8 points
Garbage.
per game.
Garbage.
Garbage. The only reason he's even relevant is
Garbage.
because his last name is James. And they're talking about he needs to go somewhere where he's going to be more useful. Like, where? European League? He's ass.
Hey, and take this out. He wants to go to the NBA, ladies and gentlemen.
Right.
man. It's
Mike,
crazy.
you
I
smoke
had to,
crack,
I had
don't
to
you?
play. Hey,
You
LeBron, you
smoke
smoke
crack, don't
crack.
you?
You smoke crack for that.
Look at me,
Yeah.
boy.
It's
Don't
That's
whatever.
just crazy though, man, bro. Because so I was playing these buttons. You can't hear it. You can't put. You'll hear it at the end of the
Yeah.
stream. But
I mean,
it's
LeBron,
ridiculous.
LeBron, putting his input on these, the maybe or maybe not foul against Caitlin Clark in the playoffs. Like, who are you to be chiming in on what foul should or shouldn't be called? Like, come on now. Like,
Yeah, that's what.
get out of here. Like, I can't stand LeBron. I was really hoping he gets swept, but came back in one night or something. But like, he'll be gone. Did you see? What was that? 2 years ago that they did the draft and he left Jokic. His name Jokic or the Joker
Joker, yeah,
left.
Jokic.
He was the very last one drafted, and so since then, well, after last night, LeBron is now 1-11 against him.
Damn. Yeah, no, he couldn't. They got his number, but
Oh
that
yeah,
man, Denver's tough though, man. They ain't no punk, man. Murray, but man, Jokic, that dude's he's a beast, man. The
he's
time's over.
so slow and lazy looking, but that dude can ball.
Yeah, man. Like his
He's
style is so like it's like a slower version of Tim Duncan,
he's dude. He
like a
looks
more unorthodox version though.
he looks like he's got better shit to do.
Yeah,
He's so just don't give a fuck. I don't
man.
know. He's a stud, but getting kind of out of my realm. I don't really watch basketball. I watch a little bit of playoffs, but
I
I
just
don't
watch
watch it.
playoffs too. I mean, ever since the Sonics got taken away, I'm like, I'm all football, baby. Football,
They're
football, football. What's that?
supposed to be coming back.
I don't know, man. I hope the Sonics bring back the Sonics, man. Bring back the Sonics, man. I miss my Sonics, man. So it is what it is. So I'm more football, and then that's it, but the rules that they're changing, man. Like, what do you think about the new kickoff rule?
Well, and so that goes back to the draft. Like, right, it was the latest a defensive player has been picked, number 15. I think.
What's going on? That's a sign, bro.
Well, because the NFL's catering to the offenses. They're not draft these defensive ends and pass rushers aren't as valued as they were because you can't hit the quarterback high, you can't hit him low, you can't you can barely hit the quarterback, you can't land with your weight on him, whatever. So these pass rushers are not valued. Now you can't tackle anybody properly. Like, you can't hip drop tackle, you can't do this, you can't do that. Like, they're eliminating the defense. So what's the solution to that? Outscore offense. Offense, offense, offense. There was not a defensive player picked until the 15th pick, which is the latest they've ever gone. 6 quarterbacks in the first 12 picks. There were 7 wide receivers, 7 offensive linemen in the first pick or in the first round. The teams are, playing along with the NFL. Okay, you're going to cater to my offense. We're going to play offense.
Because you know that last year the scoring was down compared to a lot of the years.
Was it?
So yeah, it was down like a touchdown or so. I
I
mean, it's
mean,
not much, but it was down. Points has been down because a lot more penalties and a lot more confusion too. It goes along with the rules being changed and like, what do you think about that hip drop tackle?
what are you going to do? Like,
Exactly. Like, how are you going to tackle Saquon Barkley? Like, come on, like,
yeah, I mean, you're kind of an idiot after going after Saquon Barkley's legs in the first place. However, like, if a safety comes up to tackle Derrick Henry, is he going to go head on with him? No.
no.
Is he going to come from the side? Like, yeah, but then he's going to get drugged. Little giant Spike was dragging that kid, right? What are you going to, what I'm talking about? Like, you have to take out their legs. But I mean, seeing the injuries, especially with Mark Andrews, seeing the kind of injuries, see the potential injuries that it could come from.
Rob
Sure,
Gronkowski, I get it.
sure. The same thing as the horse collar tackle, because Roy Williams did that all the time.
Remember it happened to Bo Jackson?
Yeah, And I mean that I get that. You're yanking somebody.
Yeah.
I get that. That's a very very dangerous tackle. The hip drop tackle, like that's not intentional.
No, it's
You're
not.
at their legs and their ankles get twisted up. I mean, it sucks, but again, like I said, they're catering to the offenses. But that anyway, back to the original question, the kickoff. I'm kind of as far as like from here on out, it'll be interesting because they'll. It's more of a reward to out now. Like it's more rewarding. But I think that's another. I mean, well, so they a few years ago, they changed the kickoff rule to try and eliminate concussions, right? To try and basically take kickoff out of the game. Now they want them to return kicks again, and just having the players 10 yards away. It's still with the explosiveness and the speed of these guys. 10 yards is still almost full speed.
Yeah.
Head on. The offensive linemen and defensive linemen, every single play, it was on like sports science or something like that. It's equivalent to a 35-mile-an-hour head-on crash.
Say
There's
that again. Rerun that again. So say that again.
offensive linemen and defensive linemen, every single play, it was on sports science a few years ago. Like it is equivalent to a 35-mile-an-hour head-on crash every single play.
Wow.
And a foot and a half, 2 feet from each other. You split guys up 10 yards, and they're sprinting full speed at each other. It's the same thing.
And
Like
take it
so,
to mind too. Take it to mind too. These guys are not human when it comes to lifting and nutrition. They're just like they're not like the average Joe. I don't lift every day. You know what I mean? These guys, they get it in. So
you want to protect the players or not? Like, what are you doing? They took the kickoff out of the game a couple of years ago to protect the players. Now they're bringing it back as an
right,
enticement. Turn kicks. It's the same thing. Oh, and to protect the players, you see the NFL has authorized use of those fucking
hats. I
pillows.
was about to say that. Yes, whatever that is. The hats, the little weird little, yeah, concussion.
The
What do you
little
think that
practice
about that? You think that's gonna work?
goofy.
You need a little bit more like weight.
Not necessarily weight, but I mean, I I don't know, goofy. It's
Yeah,
goofy looking.
that's just so they're just really trying to want to make more money at the same time. We want to keep you safe, but we need some
Mm-hmm.
more excitement. We lost some points, but we're going to keep you safe. Come on, NFL, you got to do better than that.
Yeah, yeah. I'm the guardian caps. That's what they're called. Whatever, but and then it's gonna all these teams that are coming out with new helmets and their alternate helmets and stuff. Now you're gonna cover it up.
Right,
I mean, everybody's gonna wear it for yet. But I mean, in hockey, that used to be an option. Like, you want to wear a helmet? You don't have to, but you can. So there were certain dudes out there without helmets. Now, all of them wear helmets. Now, all of them wear visors. Like, how long until they go to college or like Olympic rules where they all got the face cage? Like, they're gonna make those pillow things like. I mean, at least put your emblem on the outside, not just a plain blue one, right?
right.
Whatever. Bedazzle
Uh,
them, you know what I mean?
Man, so